You've heard before that confident men have a huge advantage with women, especially on this channel. That's a universal fact. And a part of the reason they have such a huge advantage is that they avoid doing certain things which most men often do. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what those things are. Today I'll show you 5 big things that confident men would never do that other guys are doing, and they do. These are not the typical things that you hear about, like bad body language or weak eye contact and stuff. What we'll discuss today are much deeper issues. As you watch the video, if you find that you do any of these 5 things, you must stop as fast as possible, or else it'll ruin your chances with women and make your life miserable in general. So pay attention and keep watching. I'm Marni, and from here on out, I'm gonna be your very own personal wing girl, and every week I'll give you the no BS insider information about what women really want, plus instantly effective methods to win over any girl you like. So hit that subscribe button now so you never miss a video. Okay, let's get started. Here are the 5 things confident men never do. Number 1, they don't anticipate negative treatment. Confident men do not go out into the world expecting that people won't respond well to them or treat them properly. No, they expect positive reception from whoever they interact with. It could be someone who's much higher status than them, someone they're interested in, or just a random stranger at a party. It doesn't matter. They don't anticipate negative treatment. They understand their own value. They know their own value. They know that they deserve to be treated with respect, and so they will receive it. This type of mental anticipation, where you're basically certain that people will respond to you in a positive manner, forms a self-fulfilling prophecy because they expect positive treatment. More often than not, that's what they get. When they interact with women, no matter how beautiful, they anticipate positive reception. They anticipate that she'll listen to them, laugh at their jokes, and engage in the conversation. And as a result of those strong anticipations, 99% of the time, that's what happens. Like I said before, it works like a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we interact with a truly confident guy, we can almost sense how he expects to be treated and how he's used to being treated. It happens almost subconsciously, and we're compelled to treat him like he expects to be treated. On the other hand, for most guys, the opposite happens. They go out anticipating poor treatment, especially if they're interacting with someone of higher social status or some beautiful women. They don't feel like they deserve to be treated properly, and they lack a sense of self-worth. And as a result of all of that, a negative self-fulfilling gets triggered, and those people actually don't respond to them well. If you've ever seen a gorgeous woman that you liked and were attracted to, and you kind of anticipated that she wouldn't like you back before you even spoke to her, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. I bet that interaction went pretty much how you anticipated it to go. She probably wasn't into it much, and it didn't lead to anything special, which means the lesson here is don't anticipate negative treatment. You're valuable to the world as you are, and you deserve to be treated properly. Even if every girl isn't wowed by you, at the very least, she should be respectful and friendly to you. That's how you should think. Just remember, your expectations or anticipations have a lot of power. It can literally shape your experience, so use it consciously and wisely. All right, number 2, they don't compare. Comparison is poison. Let me repeat that. Comparison is poison. Confident guys understand this truth very well, so they don't try to compare themselves with other guys. They don't look at other guys and think, oh God, I wish I was as tall as him. Oh, I wish I had his cheekbones. I wish I had his jawline. I wish I was as rich as he is. Confident men know that they're awesome as they are. They know they have their own gifts worth appreciating, just like other guys have theirs. They cherish the fact that they are unique. So they don't feel the need to compare themselves to other men. Even if that urge to compare comes into their minds, they instinctively stop themselves. They remind themselves that no good can come from comparison. Comparison is poison. It will only lower their confidence and self-esteem. And why would a man in his right mind want to do that? This habit of not comparing themselves to other guys is one of the single biggest reasons why confident men stay confident. If you look at the world these days, with the internet and social media, you'll notice that the opportunity to compare yourself to others is abundant. Photoshop pictures of celebrities, guys riding fancy cars, living in big mansions, guys with gorgeous looking girls, and a toned set of abs. There are just so many comparison triggers. But confident men experience self-control and avoid these traps. They don't want to fall into the traps so many guys these days fall into. They value themselves enough to restrain from comparison at all costs. They know the importance of confidence and do what they must to preserve it. All right, number 3, they don't obsess over their reputation. This one is incredibly important. The most confident men know who they are. They know their character, and they understand that other people's opinions don't affect or change their true self. That's why they don't obsess over their reputation like most guys do. Most guys try to micromanage other people's perceptions of them, especially if they're talking to a girl that they like. They try to adjust their opinions or their likes and their dislikes and overall behavior to align with the girl so they can get along with her. They care deeply about how the girl perceives them, and that's how they shoot themselves in the foot. You see, we girls are naturally gifted at reading a man's behavior and emotional state. We can sense who's just trying to please us and who's actually expressing themselves in an authentic manner. And the pleasers are always the ones we reject immediately. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. We're instantly turned off by guys who worry so much about their image or their reputation that they focus very hard on managing it. On the other hand, the confident guy who doesn't worry about his reputation so much, he's the one who steals our hearts without even trying. And you've seen this before. This mental attitude of not worrying about your reputation is extremely seductive to women. But unfortunately, for us, it's very rare. Only the most confident men have it. And the reason they have it is because they understand the fundamental truth I mentioned at the start. They understand that nobody's opinions can define or change their true character. So why even bother worrying about it? All right, number 4. They don't attack themselves. So many guys out there have a tendency to constantly criticize and attack themselves. The conversation doesn't start well, and they immediately start blaming themselves. The joke doesn't land, they start thinking that they're lame or they're boring. The girl says no to a date invitation, and they think, oh God, they're unworthy and unlovable. These types of self-attacks drain their self-esteem and confidence rapidly. And the reason they criticize and attack themselves so often and so viciously is quite straightforward. Most guys have these idealistic standards in their heads they feel that they need to match. They want things to go perfectly. The conversation must open perfectly. All jokes must land on point. She must say yes the moment I ask her out. This is how most guys think. It's how most people think. And any deviation from this perfection means they've failed and they're incapable, thus justifying the self-attack. Confident guys they don't do this. They approach things differently. They know things are never going to be perfect. It's pointless to worry about perfection. It's like counting till infinity. You can never reach it. And that's why confident guys don't have idealistic standards. They give themselves the permission to fail and mess up. That is part of success, failure. And when they do, they're okay with it. They don't criticize or attack themselves. They simply move on because it's all okay. This lack of self-attack and permission to mess up strengthens their confidence and self-esteem dramatically. It allows them to interact with beautiful women in a very relaxed and carefree way. And if you watch some of my other videos, you know how much women are attracted to men with a relaxed and carefree attitude. It's extremely appealing to us, and it's definitely one of the most important traits we look for in a man. Which means, to quickly summarize, the main takeaway from all of this is forget about perfection. It doesn't exist. Allow yourself to fail and mess up. And when you do, don't criticize or attack yourself for it. That's how the most confident and attractive men in the world operate. And that's one of the big ways they protect and strengthen their self-confidence. All right, number 5, they don't hide their interest. This is a huge point which separates the confident men from the rest. Expression of interest. When a confident man is interested in a girl, he lets his interest know. Unlike most guys, he doesn't get lost in friendly, pointless interactions that lead to nowhere. He doesn't try to hide his interest from the girl. He shows it without hesitation. He tells her he finds her attractive. He flirts, he teases, he touches, he asks her out. He moves things forward. His mindset says, if you want something, you should go for it. And that's what he does. This attitude is extremely attractive and totally arousing to us girls. We want a man to show us that he is interested in us, that he desires to be with us. We love to feel like we're desired. It's actually a huge turn on for us. Yet unfortunately, most men don't do this. They hide their interest. They hide it because they're afraid of rejection. What if I touch her and she finds it creepy? What if I say something flirty and she gets all pissed off? What if I ask her out and she says no? These are the thoughts that run through most men's minds. And as a result of all of these fearful thoughts, they don't show their interest. They desperately want the girl, but then they don't let her know in any way. So what happens next? They get into the friend zone and lose their chance of getting the girl forever. They think it happened because something was wrong with them. Maybe it was their looks, maybe it was their height, their income, something like that. Something they did wrong. But in reality, it happened mainly because they never let their interest known. And they never did what was necessary to build up chemistry and attraction. They held it back. They just chatted with the girl like friends do. So the girl was forced to label them as a friend and nothing more. Now, here's the thing. I understand that the fear of rejection can be absolutely paralyzing. It's a very primal fear rooted deeply in our brains. But if you want the girl, you need to take the risk. You just do. You need to put yourself out there as a romantic option for her. And there's no sneaky, indirect way to get a girl. The risk cannot be eliminated. But yes, if you want, you can dramatically reduce it. You can get to the point where the possibility of rejection is extremely low. A point where the girl will go along with almost everything you do and be quite eager and excited to go out with you. The best part is it's very simple to get to this point, the point where you're nearly rejection proof. And all you have to do to get here is flirt with the girl in a way that's guaranteed to arouse massive sexual chemistry. You have to flirt with her in a way which floods her mind with desire and lust for you. Why? Because once she's feeling a strong chemistry with you and those intense emotions, rejecting you is nearly impossible. Her body just won't allow it. It won't. Instead, she'll be craving to escalate with you to the next level, whether that's going for a kiss, going on a date, or going to the bedroom. She'll be yours to take. No objections, no rejections. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Marni, so how do I flirt like that? How do I flirt and ignite that sexual chemistry and desire like you talk about? Simple. You follow the 3-step flirting formula, which I reveal in this video I shot some time ago. This formula I'm talking about took 10 years to develop and has been tested on over 5,000 women to make sure it's absolutely bulletproof. Not only that, but now over 25,000 of my clients are using it regularly to attract the women they couldn't even dream of dating before. In plain English, this formula works like magic. It ignites massive sexual chemistry between you and any girl you like within a matter of seconds. And it makes the girl super eager to escalate with you to the next level. So eager that it's almost impossible for her to even think of rejecting you. If you want to know more about this formula, it's easy to do. Just click the link on your screen or the link below right now. You'll be taken to a brief video where I reveal all you need to know about this powerful flirting formula. Trust me, this formula is one of the most useful tools you can have to guarantee success with women. And you're gonna be stunned at how effective it is once you start using it. So go check it out by clicking the link now, and I'll see you next week.